These are 39 details you didn't know about The Force Awakens. Number 1. The movie opens with a traditional Star Wars opening crawl. In this opening, we see that Luke Skywalker is referred to as The Last Jedi, which would go on to be the subtitle for the following movie. Number 2. The story then takes us down to the planet Jakku, where Poe Dameron obtains the map to Luke Skywalker from Lor San Tekka.
The General, to me she's royalty.
Which is a nod to Leia's previous title of princess. Number 3. The First Order attacks the village, with Kylo Ren arriving and striking Tekka down, then taking Poe as prisoner as his droid, BB-8, escapes with the map. Tekka's death gives us our first look at Kylo Ren's lightsaber, shown to flicker and appear unstable. This is symbolic of Kylo being uncontrollable and unbalanced with the Force. Number 4. We notice one stormtrooper doesn't take part in the attack on the villagers, who's revealed to be FN-2187, aka Finn. FN-2187 is a nod to the cell number where Leia is kept on the Death Star in A New Hope. Number 5. We then get our first glimpse at the scavenger Rey. The goggles Rey wears makes the use of lenses that are from stormtrooper helmets we see in the original trilogy. Number 6. Rey heads to her local village on Jakku and trades scraps for portions of food from Unkar Plutt. Plutt's actually played by actor Simon Pegg. Number 7. Rey returns home where she encounters BB-8, who she eventually allows to accompany her. We hear Rey tell BB-8 to stay off Kelvin Ridge, which is director J.J. Abrams' way of referencing his father's first name, as he's done in other movies. Number 8. After Kylo interrogates Poe, we meet General Hux. Hux's uniform is inspired by Nazi uniforms and naval influences. Number 9. Finn's able to get Poe out of his cell, and together they start to plan an escape. When Finn removes his helmet, he says,
"This is a rescue,"
which is a nod to what Luke Skywalker said when he removed his helmet in A New Hope after finding Princess Leia.
"I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm here to rescue you."
Number 10. Poe and Finn escape, but their TIE fighters blasted and they crash land on Jakku, where Poe is presumed dead. During their escape, a stormtrooper is blasted and we hear the famous Wilhelm scream, which is used in earlier Star Wars movies. Number 11. Finn hikes across Jakku and eventually meets Rey, where they're pursued by the First Order and find themselves boarding the Millennium Falcon. Before they board the Falcon, Rey refers to it as garbage, which is a reference to Luke's first impression of it in A New Hope. Number 12. TIE fighters attack the Falcon across Jakku, but Rey and Finn are able to defeat them. The Falcon now has a rectangular radar dish, which is due to the original circular one being lost during the Battle of Endor in Return of the Jedi. Number 13. Rey and Finn are then captured by a freighter in space, which turns out to be piloted by Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Chewie, we're home.
Han finds Rey and Finn hiding under the floor of the Falcon, which is reminiscent of where the crew of the Falcon hid when captured by the Death Star in A New Hope. Number 14. Han soon reveals who he is, which has Rey excited. Rey mistakenly says about,
"This is a ship that made the Kessel Run in 14 parsecs,"
which is in reference to A New Hope, when Han boasted that the ship did the run in 12. Number 15. Han's freighter is then boarded by gangs who wish to settle debts with him, and not long after, creatures he's carrying on board are suddenly let loose. As Han realizes what's happening, he utters the famous line,
I got a bad feeling about this.
Number 16. The creatures on the freighter, known as Raftars, cause chaos, but luckily our heroes are able to escape safely on the Falcon. Raftars are believed to share an ancestry with Sarlaccs. One of these you'll remember from Return of the Jedi. Number 17. Kylo Ren then has contact with his master, Supreme Leader Snoke, who alerts him that his father Han Solo has BB-8.
He means nothing to me.
This interaction, which sees Ren insist his father means nothing to him, mirrors an interaction in Return of the Jedi, with Vader implying to Palpatine that he's faithful to him regardless of his son Luke. Number 18. Han, Finn, Rey, and Chewie begin their travels on the Falcon, with the foursome not really hitting it off to begin with. This sequence features Finn sitting down and accidentally activating a game of holochess, which was last played in A New Hope. Number 19. Through BB-8, the team are able to view the map to Luke Skywalker, but Han notes that it's incomplete and then explains Luke's disappearance. Han's seen mentioning that he never used to believe in the Force, which is a nod to his attitude towards it in A New Hope. Number 20. Not long after, the Falcon travels to Takodana to meet Maz Kanata and find a way to get BB-8 back to the Resistance. Outside Maz Kanata's cantina, you see flags on display, and if you look closely, you'll see flags that were present for the pod racing on Tatooine in The Phantom Menace. Number 21. Han and the team meet Maz, who rubs Finn the wrong way and is intrigued by Rey.
Han Solo!
Maz mentions the Sith, which chronologically makes this the first mention of the term in over 50 years since Revenge of the Sith. Number 22. Rey then finds herself being drawn into the belly of the cantina where she finds Luke Skywalker's lightsaber and experiences a vision when she touches it. If you listen closely to the end of Rey's vision, you'll hear Obi-Wan saying, which actually uses the voice of both Sir Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor. Number 23. When Rey's vision ends, Maz approaches her, speaking to her about the Force, which causes a scared Rey to flee. When Maz describes the Force to Rey, she tells her to
close your eyes. Feel it.
This actually comes into play later in the movie when Rey and Kylo Ren duel, connecting her with the Force in order to beat Kylo. Number 24. On Starkiller Base, we watch as General Hux delivers a speech announcing that they will now test their weapon by destroying the New Republic.
As the last day of the Republic!
Hux's speech was majorly inspired by those performed by the likes of Adolf Hitler. Number 25. It isn't long after the New Republic is attacked when we see the First Order arrive on Takodana and attack Maz's cantina. Here we see Han use Chewbacca's bowcaster in battle. This is the first Star Wars movie where Han uses this weapon.
I like this thing.
Number 26. As the Resistance arrives to fight, Rey's then captured by Kylo Ren. The way in which they encounter each other very much resembles how Luke encounters his vision of Vader on Dagobah. Number 27. The Resistance's arrival brings Han into contact with Leia, and the Falcon crew then head to their base, where Finn discovers Poe is alive, and offers help on how to destroy Starkiller Base. We see that one Resistance member is played by actor Greg Gunberg, a frequent collaborator of director J.J. Abrams, and another is played by Billy Lord, Carrie Fisher's daughter. Number 28. Whilst at the Resistance's base, BB-8 finds R2-D2. You can see that R2-D2's formed rust by the time we see him, emphasizing how long it's been since he was active and out of storage. Number 29. With Rey as his prisoner on Starkiller Base, Kylo Ren begins to interrogate her. As Kylo begins the interrogation, he places his helmet on some kind of pillar containing what looks like dust. This is actually a container filled with the ashes of Kylo's enemies that he's killed. Number 30. Kylo gets into Rey's head, but soon ends the interrogation upon realizing she's able to look inside his head too. We hear Kylo say that he can see an island in the middle of an ocean when he looks inside Rey's head. This island is no doubt the island where Rey later finds Luke Skywalker, giving us another early indication to Rey's Force abilities. Number 31. When Rey's being held by a lone stormtrooper as Kylo meets with Snoke, she's able to tap into the Force and use a Jedi mind trick to get the stormtrooper to set her free.
And I'll drop my weapon.
This stormtrooper is played by none other than actor Daniel Craig. Number 32. The Resistance then begin to formulate a plan to take down Starkiller Base. This is the first time we hear the base's name, which is a nod to Luke Skywalker's original surname in the early drafts of A New Hope. Number 33. Finn, Han, and Chewie make their way to Starkiller Base, where Finn reveals he's actually only there to save Rey. And they bump into Captain Phasma. When deciding on what to do with Phasma, Han asks if they have a trash compactor, which is a reference to the trash compactor scene in A New Hope. Number 34. Rey soon runs into Finn, Han, and Chewie, and they begin to carry out the plan to destroy Starkiller Base. But Han soon finds himself in contact with his son. Ben! The reveal of Kylo Ren's real name indicates he was named after Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi, which carries more weight after the release of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series years later. Number 35. Although Han believes he's getting through to his son, Kylo ignites his lightsaber and kills him. Rey's reaction to Han's death mirrors Obi-Wan's reaction when Qui-Gon Jinn is killed by Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace, and also Luke's reaction to Darth Vader killing Obi-Wan in A New Hope. Number 36. Upon Han's death, we see Leia reacting from the Resistance's base. This reaction is very reminiscent of Yoda's reaction to the Jedi being wiped out in Revenge of the Sith. Number 37. Kylo chases Rey and Finn into the snowy forest where he duels Finn, but then ends up dueling Rey, who is somehow able to defeat him. When Rey defeats Kylo by slicing his facial scars seem to be very similar to the one that his grandfather, Anakin Skywalker, has during the events of Revenge of the Sith. Number 38. Chewie's able to save Rey and Finn with the Falcon, and back at the Resistance base, R2-D2 awakens, allowing the map to Luke to be complete, setting Rey off on a mission to retrieve him.
May the Force be with you.
Leia's farewell to Rey sees her getting the final line of the movie, which Leia also got in Return of the Jedi. Number 39. Rey lands on a remote island and finds Luke Skywalker on a cliff top, offering him his old lightsaber back. We see Luke with a gray beard and traditional Jedi robes, which mirrors Obi-Wan Kenobi's look in the original trilogy. Actor Mark Hamill also filmed this scene at the same age Sir Alec Guinness was when filming A New Hope.